First of all, a warm welcome to the officer, your personal mentor, and at the same time, uh, a best wishes for your journey. And definitely, if you are targeting to become a particular officer, might be you have decided that you want to become an IS officer or IPS or something like that, then our best wishes are always there, and we are also with you in this journey, throughout this journey, and in your success. Particularly, optional plays very critical role. Optional plays a very critical role because, again, uh, because of the continuous availability of lot of information, you might be aware about that why optional plays a very critical role. But still, optional, why it has advantage? Because it has advantage because of its the structured syllabus. One, because in the GS you can find it out that in the GS you have syllabus, but that syllabus has not been elaborated by the UPSC. Okay, so the commission has not elaborated it. So we have to find out the meaning between the two lines, and that becomes a very difficult task. But in the optional, you have very clear cut, and in terms of the sociology, you have a very elaborated syllabus or subject matter. And that's why it becomes very easier for us to create a checklist and just to study every point by ticking mark it. Okay. So one thing. Second, its concise nature. Every GS paper has more than 2 or 3 subjects, but in optional we have 2 papers of 1 subject. So one thing you have to remember here, that what the commission is demanding from you, that is depth. So here they are demanding you that you should have that much technical understanding or that much technical command over this subject. And if you get it, then definitely you will achieve a grand success. For example, what is that technical command in this sociology? That is sociological perspective. If you have sociological perspective, definitely you will get a good marks. And that is enough to fetch you a good rank also. That's the second. And that's why, folks, the optional always plays a critical role. In this session, now, first of all, we are going to discuss what is the agenda. What is the agenda of today's session? That is, first of all, we will try to understand what does mean by the sociology. Second, how to secure our dream marks, that is 300 plus marks. Yes. Second, third, the few case studies of past students. The students who have secured a good ranking with the help of sociology. We will also discuss it that. And then how we are going to proceed here and what are the expectations from you and the next task. Okay, so this is our today's agenda. We will discuss one by one all the things. Let's start. First, what does mean by the sociology? So, by the definition or in a very simple manner, what does mean by the sociology? Sociology is the systematic study of society. Means by name itself, sociology. Logy means science. Socio, it is related to the society. So it is the science of the society. Simply, but what we do in the science, we do a systematic study. Systematic study. In the contemporary social media world, everybody has been become an expert. Just open your YouTube channel and just try to just say something, blah 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 blah. People are there who are watching, who are commenting upon it, either by hating you or by either supporting you. But you start to get consider yourself as an expert into that subject matter. But no, folks, to become an expert, you need a proper methodology, you need a proper study, you need a systematic study. For example, just take example of yourself. Suppose you are here, handsome and smart. Okay. So what we do in the sociology, Or generally, take yourself. Now, your parents know you, your friends also know you better than your parents, and then your neighbors and all those people, they know you very well. But then what differs the sociologist and the understanding of sociologist and the understanding of your friend, the understanding of your family members about you? And that is that systematicness. In the sociology, we focuses more upon the a systematic study. Now, how to do that? How to do that? One, the sociologists particularly they follow a methodology. Means they have developed the research methodology that how to conduct study of anything. How to conduct study of anything. For example, take the example of Maharashtra. Okay, and within the Maharashtra, uh, the example of Vaishnavi Hagavne. Okay, now that is a dowry death for everybody. Yes, but sociology goes beyond that. Sociology try to explore more layers of this particular social event. It does not consider it as only a one dowry death or dowry case study, nothing. But how to approach this particular event where Vaishnavi has committed suicide. But why? Then her parent also allegate that no, she has been killed. You know? By father-in-law, mother-in-law, her husband and all that. So we will not, as a sociologist, we will not involved into that particular theory or manipulation of the fact. No. What is our job? We will try to understand. We will try to understand the whole case from the larger perspective. That, like a Vaishnavi, every year in hundreds, women have been killed. You know? They are committing suicide. And these are largely the dowry death. Now, sociology applies its particular methodology. We will not go into that, what type of methodology, but still, we will discuss that how sociology will study the particular case. Then, for society or for the sociology, the Vaishnavi Hagavne case is a social problem. Is a social problem. Huh? Now, where this social problem has its roots into the patriarchy. Vaishnavi is just a representation of the whole social problem. It is just a representative case. You know? But what is lying behind that? The patriarchy. The patriarchy. But only patriarchy? No. With the patriarchy, there are other factors. What are their factors? What do you believe? Can you tell me? What are other factors? Patriarchy is very simple to understand, yes. Huh? But what are other factors? What do you think? The factors are there. What factors are there? Patriarchy is one of them. Patriarchy is one of them, but it is not the ultimate. With the patriarchy, there is lying a material reason. What is this material reason? The material factors are also there. See, on one side, there is a increasing consumerism. And in this consumerism, everybody is focusing on the show off. They are spending huge amount of money on the lavish parties, lavish marriage ceremonies. Yes, why? Why? Again, on one side, they want to enjoy themselves. That is a material reason. On the other hand, there is another reason, and that is a symbolic. A symbolic factor is there. What is that factor? To show how much prestige we have. Means by organizing a lavish marriage ceremony, these people want to show off their prestige. You know? Okay? And these are mainly these are the dominant caste who want to just express their power through these lavish ceremonies. And again, who is going to spend that much money? The father of Vaishnavi. That is what? It is a power. Yes? A power factor is also involved into this. In any ceremony, any marriage ceremony, you can find it out that always the relatives of groom dominate the relatives of bride. Isn't it? Yes? So, what is that? It shows the power relationship, unequal power relationship. So, what we are trying to understand here, what we are trying to do here, we are exploring those hidden aspects behind just one case, that is a Vaishnavi Hagavan's death. But what the journalist or what the other people, what they will focus, where they will focus? They will focus over the sensationalism, isn't it? Or the sensationalism. In this sensationalism, they will just try to find out those elements which can attract the eyeballs of the people. But here the sociologists, they don't want to attract the eyeballs. They want to unearth, explore the hidden truth, hidden causes, hidden systematic exploitation of women in the society. Am I correct? And that is the sociology. Folks, that's the systematic study. And whenever we will try to understand anything, this approach will help you a lot. We will move forward. One by one, we will discuss. More things are there. Okay? Yes. So, in nutshell, sociology is what? Sociology is a martial art. Have you this skill? Huh? Okay? Might be you have seen, might be you have experienced sometime, somewhere in your life. What about the martial art? You know? So, martial art, there is a great thinker we have in the sociology, and that is Pierre Bourdieu. He called sociology as a martial art. Look at here. Are you noticing one thing? That though I discuss with you the technical aspects in a first example, but now here, I am saying you here that sociology is a martial art. Means, this is the art you need to understand. And by acquiring the knowledge of this martial art, you will become able to defend yourself against the domination. And second, you will become able to protect other people who are weaker than you from the exploitation. From the exploitation. Now tell me, why you want to become an IAS officer? Why you want to become an IPS officer? Why? Tell me. The objective to become an IAS officer or to become an IPS officer is nothing but to protect the weaker. You are going to work for the weaker section, folks. You are not going to work for the Ambani family or Adani family or any business person who is a millionaire or billionaire. No. You are going to work, you are going to serve these weaker sections. So, see, your objective to join the service and the basic objective of the sociology are very similar. And that's why when you study sociology, you are not studying sociology as any optional or as any academic subject, but you are studying, you are getting that knowledge which is going to help you in your service. So sociology will help you not only to get success into the examination, but after that, after joining the service, it will help you throughout your service time, service period. And that is the sociology. And that's why in the sociology, why I'm telling you, why I'm discussing with you this phenomena, because I want to tell you that sociology is not a boring subject. Sociology is not a subject in itself. Sociology is that perspective which you need to clear the exam and which you need to excel in your service also. And that's why it becomes your life. That's why it's become a part and parcel of your lifestyle, a day-to-day lifestyle. That is the sociology. It helps you in the self-defense also. Okay, to defend yourself also. How? We will discuss few examples here. Let's start. Sociology is a martial art, and in this martial art, we can explore that sociology is equal to empathy plus critical analysis. Okay, I will come to this definition after a few examples, but first of all, few examples we will discuss here. Have you seen this couple anytime? Have you seen anytime? Do you know who are these people? Huh? No. Huh? Online, please respond in the chat box. Google INC means Google company has provided you that facility free of cost. So use it. Okay. No? Okay. No problem. Here is, if I am not wrong, Zahad. Okay. And here, Zia. Okay. No problem. Look at them. Do you find something weird or do you find something different than any other normal couple? My words are very, I'm using my words very deliberately, and without any pun intended. Okay, without any pun intended. So do you find something different in this couple than any other normal couple which you experiences in everyday life? This is the first transgender couple in India which openly challenged about their relationship and about their a particular dash status in the Kerala High Court. I will show you the another picture. Let me see. Sorry. Here. Look at the picture. The same couple is here. Here is a Zahad. Okay. And here is a Zia. Okay, same couple is there. Zahad is the first a transgender woman who bare a child, who gave birth to the child. This is the first transgender couple. Then the story starts when they gave the birth to their child. Then they went to the birth and death registrar office. Then the officer, they mentioned the name, they gave the name to their child Zabia. Okay. In that form, in that registration form, the officer gave the status to Zahad as, I will tell you later on, but consider yourself that officer. Consider yourself as that officer who gives the certificate, a birth certificate and death certificate to the people. Okay. Now, tell me, to whom you will give a status of mother and to whom you will give the status of father. Here is a Zahad and here is a Zia. To whom you will call a father and mother. Now, just emphasize and try to understand the wording. What I used, he gave birth to the child. And you said, now we have to consider him as a mother. But for the mother, we always use the word her, she. Yes. Do you feel comfortable while using these words? And do you feel something different, usual, unusual here? Yes or no? Yes. What is that? What is that? Yes. In a very similar manner, the officer also recognized Zahad as a mother and Zia as a father. But the problem was that the Zahad was getting considered as a mother because only one factor, that he gave a birth to the child. Yes, that's the only thing. Then they challenged. Actually, the authority was first of all was very reluctant to provide any certificate even. But after emphasizing, after the involvement of pressurized by the NGOs, the authority gave the certificate. But later on, they went to the High Court, Kerala High Court. And in this Kerala High Court, they proved that now is the time to look at the society, to look at the marriage, to look at the family, to look at the kinship by going beyond our traditional norms. Our traditional norms. Why should we bind people only in the two categories, mother and father? Why should not we consider them as a parent? Because parent is the word which is very neutral. Yes? Yes. So parent is a very neutral word, which is not showing who is a father and who is a mother, which is not stigmatizing the people, which is not binding the people into one particular category. Am I correct? Yes? So that's the case. And here, whenever a common man or common people, whenever they read this news or whenever they saw this picture, they just were thinking, or their reaction was either ridiculing these people or couple, or just show the sympathy. But actually what they need? Empathy. Isn't it? A sociology is equal to empathy plus critical analysis. Why? So what the Zahad and Zabia or Zia, what they need? They need empathy. They happily have not become transgender. Isn't it? Correct? It is the natural process, folks. It is an unavoidable process for the few people which happens because of the hormonal changes. It is beyond their capacity. So they need empathy, not sympathy. The difference is you have to put yourself at the place of the actor, Zahad. You have to put yourself at the place of Zahad. Why he or she acted in that manner. Am I getting? First. But second, critical analysis. What will happen to Zahad and Zia? How the society will react? What should be the response of society towards such kind of a couple? Why this community is still not getting their due rights? What about the Zabia, the child of Zahad and Zia? What about them? What about their welfare? What about their education? What about their everything? Folks, that is the critical analysis. And when we are doing something like this activity, empathy plus critical analysis, what we are doing? We are doing nothing but the sociology. Are you getting? This is the sociology, a very simple one. I will give you another example from the Maharashtra specific. Okay, with the due respect, he's a happily living couple, Zahad and Zia, and here is a baby. Here, just read the headline. A sharp rise in number of women Maoists killed in security operations, data show. This is the news in the Hindu. Again, look at this. Look at this heading from very critical perspective. What the news is conveying, that women are getting killed in a higher number than the male. Why? Just think upon it. Think. Okay. Maoism, the Naxalism in India, it has a one very cherished goal. It has a one very cherished goal, and that is what? To make this Indian society a egalitarian society. Egalitarian society. In the next few lectures, we will go and discuss the Karl Marx, okay, who gave the call for the communist society. Communist means, a communist society means that society in which no classes will be there, no inequality will be there, no exploitation will be there, okay. And our Naxalite people, they want to establish, they want to transform Indian society, into such a society, okay, such an egalitarian society. One thing. Second, but the movement which is fighting to create, to achieve, to transform Indian society into the egalitarian society in itself is a very much unequal. The movement, Naxalbari movement, Naxalism is demanding to end for the end of the exploitation, but they themselves are exploiting. To whom? They are exploiting their own comrades and their own women counterparts, women soldiers. In this news, you will find out that Naxalite, they goes to the villages, they demand, they forces every family to at least to send a one child or one person from each family to join the movement. They forces. Mostly the parents do one thing. What? They send their daughters to join the movement, not the son. Why? Again the patriarchy is there. Then the story goes further. Then Naxalite, they gives training to the women. Yes, they gives training. They provide the training to the women soldiers. But again, they uses these women comrades or women soldiers not every time as a warrior, but as sometime as a wife, sometime as a shield. Yes, they uses women as a shield to the leader. Suppose anytime they find out themselves in the ambush, that the CRPF has surrounded them. Suppose they found themselves now in an ambush. Okay, what they do? The leaders sit down in the middle, and all women comrades, they stand around him. What you are doing? You are using comrade, the woman comrade, not as a soldier but as a shield, because you know very well that the CRPF Jawans are not going to attack over the women. What is this, man? What is this? You are using. There are also cases where these women comrades are getting sexually exploited also. But again, that's another story. But what is this? The movement which is trying to create egalitarian society in itself, exploiting their own comrades. Are you getting? Are you getting this paradox? This is what? This is the sociology. This is the sociology. We are trying to explore those hidden agendas, hidden aspects of a very usual notes or casual note or casual event. Are you getting my point? Next. Might be you have, I think might be you know now Pooja Khedkar. Do you know her? Huh? Leadership. Okay. Do you know? Yes. There's no doubt about it, about the Pooja Khedkar. Yes. Now Pooja Khedkar became infamous because of all those controversies surrounding her. Yes. Correct. But what the people says, what you might be have understanding or information about the Pooja Khedkar, what is that? She misused the process. She secured the rank into the IAS, and then the corruption and all that exposed by the whistleblowers and everything came into the news and blah 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 blah. But what sociology helps you? What sociology goes beyond the just prima facie corruption or scandal? For the common people, it is just a scandal. It is just a bribery. It is just a misuse of the system or the reservation system, or it is just a corruption. Correct? Okay? But what sociology helps you? Sociology helps you to go beyond these all things, to go beyond the common sense. Sociology helps you to understand Is there any linkages between the elite classes? Pooja Khedkar, she belongs to the elite section of the society. Her father, her grandparents, okay, this is a very well of family. A simple boy or girl is not able to exploit or misuse the system. No, you don't have that power. You need power, isn't it? And for that matter, you need to be into the elite class. It is not very simple, folks, to manipulate the whole thing or to deceive the whole UPSC system. It is not the easier thing. It becomes possible whenever you have that contact with the elite section of the society, elite layer of the society, elite layer of the bureaucracy. She got selected, she misused the system. She got the cadre of Maharashtra. Then she got training center, or she then first posting in the Vidarbha, but later on she came to the Pune. This becomes possible only when you have the contacts, and that becomes possible only when you have the elite status into the society. Elite, okay. This is a power relationship. It shows you have that power, muscle power, money power, okay, the political power, without which you cannot misuse the system. You need that power. Getting my point? That is the second thing. Third, the most important, even after spending more than a decade, she was still striving for the IAS post. Why? And Pooja Khedkar is just a tip of the iceberg. A lot many students are there who are misusing the whole scenario, whole mechanism. Every year, why more than 10 lakh students prepare for this examination? Because fault is not with the student, the fault is within the system or within the society, because still in India, the government post or government administration or government jobs are still a very important resource. It is a resource. And in the society like India, okay, which is a developing nation, here we have very scarce resources. So on one side, the scarce resources are there. On the other hand, a million, the people are there who demanding these resources, who demanding the access with these resources. I am discussing with you the few opportunities of employment and the million and million of seekers. Are you getting my point? That is a scarce resource. So, and whenever something is a scarce, okay, means meager, means very less in a number, okay. When something becomes scarce, it increases its value. Yes? Whenever I see car companies, they used to market their product. This is the limited edition car. That makes it scarce. That makes it valuable. Same thing happens in India. Only 100 posts of IAS officers will get filled this year. Only 100 posts. 1.40 billion people are there. Are you getting my point? That makes it scarce. That makes it valuable. And that creates a competition. Then in this competition, people, they then decide to achieve this status by hook or by crook. That also that also pushes the people for the corruption. Are you getting? So look how the common sense look at the whole scenario, and how the sociologist looks at the whole scenario. Also, our value system. Our value system, it, for example, it starts from your family. Our mother or father, they provides you various gifts to go to the school. बेटा चॉकलेट लेना, जा स्कूल में जाओ, मैं चॉकलेट दूंगा तेरे को. फिर बेटा या बेटी बाद में सिस्टम को चॉकलेट देते हैं. करेक्ट है? That is the sociology. Are you getting my point? This is the sociology. It's very interesting, folks. Just to understand, okay, that the whole journey is going to be very interesting after understanding the basic things of the sociology. You will become able just within a 1 or 2 month, okay, to understand all those scenarios which are hidden into the society. YouTube experts, they try to just explore the what the face value is there, but as a sociologist you will become able to explore the hidden value into that a particular scenario. Getting? Next, so how to secure 300 plus marks? That is also ultimate objective for all of us. Now we will discuss that a particular methodology, a strategy, and the answer for this how to secure 300 plus marks is the sociological perspective. Sociological perspective. For example, again, Zahad and Zia. What common people believes? We have to move beyond that. We have to put empathy. We have to put here the critical analysis. We have to look at it from the gender perspective, from the family perspective, from the symbolic value perspective, from the law as a social agent perspective. That is the sociological perspective. This perspective will give you good marks. Nothing. Commission demanding only one thing, sociological perspective. Only one thing. Because in the sociology, the subject matter is very familiar to you. The subject matter is very familiar. Family, marriage, kinship are not the new things for you people. Then what is your task? Your task is just simple, to develop sociological perspective. Vaishnavi Hagavne is not just a one death. It is the whole a symbolism behind the Vaishnavi's death. They're lying patriarchy, they're lying a consumption, conspicuous consumption, they're lying a power structure, they're lying inequality, they're lying a status symbol. That thing you have to just understand. Nothing. Simple. Okay. That is the sociological perspective. For example, in each question paper, this is a question paper of UPSC, sociology optional. What they are saying? Write short answers with a sociological perspective. With a sociological perspective. Because what happens if, see, in every paper of sociology, the questions are so simple that you can write down anything. Okay, you can complete the paper very easily. But most of the time, what happens, that paper or that answer becomes like a GS. For example, what are the hurdles in front of the patriarchy annihilation? Or take the example of annihilation of caste. Why still caste matters? Write a short note. I am damn sure at this moment when you have just started the journey, I am damn sure you can write down 1 or 2 pages. Isn't it? You can write it down. Why caste still matters? Why? You can write it down. But your answer will be like a GS. What do you have to transform it? You have to just transform it from the sociological perspective. That is a sociological perspective. They are demanding that निम्नलिखित में से प्रत्येक प्रश्न का समाजशास्त्रीय दृष्टिकोण से संक्षिप्त उत्तर लगभग 150 शब्दों में लिखिए. What is the focus word? Sociological perspective. That is the only thing you need to understand. How to develop this sociological perspective? 1. By getting command over the thinkers and theories. We have only 6 thinkers. Dominantly 5 thinkers. Just get command over it and you will become able to understand and to develop a sociological perspective. Marx has its own lens. Durkheim has its own lens. Weber, Parsons, Merton, they have developed their own perspective. Just try to understand it and you will become able to move ahead very confidently. Second, by using the keywords. Keywords makes your dull language, everyday language as a sociological language. Simple. Keywords. Just for example, in our previous discussion, what we have used word elite, power, symbols, gender, patriarchy. These are the all sociological keywords. Getting? Okay. Next, by putting examples and case studies. From the starting of this session, I am discussing with you a lot of examples only. Yes, just you have to put it into this, and for these examples initially you can depend upon me completely, okay, and then answer writing practice. By practicing answers, okay, by solving answer questions, previous year questions and model questions, you can become easily, okay, means it's very easily you can get that hold over the sociology to develop that sociological perspective. Getting? So these are the basic 4 sutras. Then next, few case studies from our past students that will give you the glimpse that how by developing this sociological perspective, how they have achieved a exemplary success into the UPSC. For example, in this year itself, Aditi Chaugule, she secured a 63rd rank, 63rd rank, and she was a student of 2019 batch. Earlier also, in last year, she secured 463 rank something, but and she got the Indian Defence Account Service. But this year, she became IAS with the sociology. Next, in last year, 2023, the Suraj Nikam, he was also a student of the 2018-19 batch, and this year he got IRS. Then the Omkar was also the student of 2018-19 batch, and he also secured 844 rank, and he is now IRS, IRMS, Indian Railway Management Service. Then Tushar got selected in 2022, okay, 22, and he was also the student of 2018-19 batch, and today he is working as a Indian Railway Management Service. Next, yes, Siddharth was a student in the 2019, and Siddharth today is a IPS. He got selected in 2020 batch, 22 batch. Then Siddharth is now working. He's working as a probationary IPS, probationary DYSP, and he's getting training into the Hyderabad Academy. Okay, so folks, all these students have achieved a exemplary success into the UPSC by choosing sociology optional, by getting developed sociological perspective, and everybody, whatever I have just discussed with you, everybody belongs to our academy. When we started this journey as independently, just I have gave you the numbers, gave you the faces after that. But before that, in my last, before 2019 and all that, in the 10 years previously, also I have produced many IAS and IPS and DYSP and all the people. Okay, so whenever we will get time, I will also call them to meet you. Now look at the syllabus, the sociology syllabus of paper 1. We have, folks, only 10 topics. Only 10 topics. In these 10 topics, the most important is the sociological thinkers. Okay, the 10% of the syllabus is the sociological thinker, but it gives you more than 70% of marks in your success or exam. So this is the most critical part. Then look at here, the 3 sociology as a scientific method, and research methods and analysis. These are the first group, or we can say that if we divide the whole syllabus into the grouping, first group is how sociology emerged. How sociology emerged. Second group is thinkers. Third group is, with the help of thinkers, we will try to understand the various basic concepts. And fourth, how the sociologists have studied the society by developing their own methodology. That is the fourth group, the research methodology. These are the 4 groups we are going to discuss here, and this is one of the shortest syllabus of having by any optional. The shortest syllabus. Second beauty of the sociology is that most of the topics are getting overlapped in the paper 2nd. Look at here, the paper 2nd. In the paper 2nd, we have around again 10 to 12 topics. This UPSC itself has divided into the three category. One, the perspective. Perspective means the particular thinkers, three thinkers are there. We are going to discuss here. Then UPSC has divided, the next is into second category, that is the structure. The structure of Indian society, which is influenced by the colonial rule. The structure of Indian society is what? Agrarian village society, then urban society and tribal society. Getting? So agrarian and rural society, tribal society and the urban society. So basically here in the social classes we are going to discuss it. So this is the structure of the Indian society. And third, vision of social change. How India is undergoing social change. How India is undergoing social change. How our rural and agrarian transformation is taking place. How our urbanization means how India is becoming urbanizing. How in India social movements are bringing social change and how the social changes are creating challenges. That is the third part. So we can divide the whole syllabus into the 7 buckets. Second thing, most of the second paper is overlapping with the paper first. For example, religion. Where? Yes. So I have this particularly mentioned here. Look at here. Religion and society, it is also there in the paper second. Politics and society, it is also there into the paper second. Social change, it is also there into the paper second. So major 3 topics, even the family, marriage, kinship, it is also there in the paper second. So 4 topics are already there into the paper first, which we will cover both topics, both overlapping topics at a one place. That will save our energy, our time and our resources. Getting? So that is the another thing. Next is regarding the books or how we are going to read, what to read, what not to read. Yes, folks, NCERTs are very good source to begin with. We have 4 NCERT. This is the, class 11 NCERT, 11th standard NCERT, and here's are the 12 standard NCERTs. 12 standard NCERT. What is expected from you? Just go with these 2 NCERTs. These 2 NCERTs are sufficient for us. But again, there is one method to read all these NCERT. What is that method? I will tell you later on when we will discuss the reference books also. Okay. So both these are the 4 NCERT we need to read it here. For the reference books, paper first, the major focus will be upon the IGNOU, the BA IGNOU material. But you have to read it very selectively. Very selectively. I will provide you the index very selectively. You have to go with that. For the paper first and for the second paper also. For the paper first and second also, we will focus more upon the IGNOU material. Second, what about the reference books? Then, for the paper first, Sociological Theory by the George Ritzer. This is the book very useful for the thinkers and theories. Thinkers and theories. Okay. So, in the thinkers and theories, just I told you that if you cover this topic, which is having only 10% weightage into the syllabus, will give you advantage into the examination. That is the second. And there is another book by the Harlambus and Holborn. It is one of the big book. Okay, but you have to go very selectively. I will provide you the index. But again, look at here. These are all reference material. This is all reference material. Getting? Which you have to use with the notes. With the notes. I will provide you the insight how to go with the reference books and all that. For the paper second, Indian Sociological Thought by B.K. Nagla. Second, Rural Sociology by S.L. Doshi. And third, Social Movements in India by Ghanshyam Shah. All these are the books. Just 3 books for the paper second, 3 books for the paper first. Getting? But how to read them? How to read them? Look at here. Suppose you are studying power. Then read the same chapter from the NCERT. I will provide you the index. Read the same chapter from the Harlambas, that is a reference book, okay, and read the same chapter from our notes. So what you are doing here, you are focusing upon the syllabus, not focusing upon the books. So by following this method, we can cover NCERT, reference books, everything, notes at a one place. Getting my point? And that makes the whole process very simpler. Are you getting? So you are not supposed to read first of all NCERT, then reference books, then notes. No, this is not the method. You have to focus upon the syllabus. Just pick the point. If the power is there, if the stratification is there, if the thinker is there, read that point from the multiple of books. In this way, you will save your time. You will avoid the duplicacy. You will save your energy, and that will also increase the value of your notes. Are you getting my point? So in same way, we will go further. Again, the IGNOU material, all this index of this book is available on our Telegram channel. This is the QR code. You can scan it, or here is the name of the Telegram channel, Sociology by Amol Ghodke. And here you will find out the index. You will find out the PDF of these books and material. Also, you will find out the Sociology current affairs daily basis here in this channel. Then, now, how we are going to proceed? What will be the nature of our class? Okay, how we are going to proceed? Here, folks, we will focus upon the flip model. We will use 5 TRD approach. Daily answer writing, sectional text and mentoring. Everything will be there. But how? Look at here. What are the expectations from you? This is the intensive learning. And in this, just consider yourself as a commandos of sociology. Okay, commandos of sociology, and I need a dedication from you. If you want to become an IAS officer and IPS officer, then you have to go, you have to follow a very unknown path. You have to show your dedication. I need a consistency from you. I need a dedication. That is what? Complete the task, whatever I have to, I will tell you. Okay, then write answers and get feedback, and ready to do mistakes and learn. So don't focus upon the perfection. No. Believe here that, or make sure that here you are here to commit the mistakes. Identify mistake and just remove the mistakes, and you will become an IAS officer. So next task. So today, what you are going to do today? Today onward, first thing, read a one question paper and syllabus every day. Syllabus and question paper, folks. This is the most critical part. So your first task is read one question paper and one syllabus of the same question paper every day. Why? Because see, for example, 2013 paper. Today you read a first paper, question paper, then read the syllabus of the first question paper. Tomorrow, second question paper, syllabus of second paper. Then 13 complete ho gaya. 14, first paper, syllabus of first paper. Second paper ka syllabus. Then 15. Just keep it. One question paper and one syllabus. Why I'm not telling you to read both question paper and both syllabus every day? Again, paucity of time, crunch of time. We have always a time crunch. That's why. But keep it up, this practice. Read it like any religious book. Multiple benefits are there. First, you will get a whole vocabulary. Your syllabus is nothing but the landmine of keywords. Second, you will find out what not to study when you have the syllabus with you. That will avoid unnecessary investment over the unnecessary topics. Third, interlinkages becomes possible. Fourth, by reading question paper, you will develop a memory. At this moment, you are not able to understand those questions. But yes, if you go through all question papers, whenever I will speak something, whenever you will read newspaper, whenever you will discuss something with another person, automatically, this question, this topic has been asked by the UPSC in the sociology paper, first, second, third, whatever. Automatically that comes into your mind, that picture, that memory. You will find out that how the same topic has been asked in a multiple manner by the UPSC or commission. So dimensions you will also get it from the question paper. So reading question paper and syllabus daily is a very critical. Okay, that is your first task, folks. So this will be the method how we will proceed hereafter. Okay, we will cover everything which is necessary, essential and required to excel in this examination. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. The Officer, your personal mentor.